A total wreck of a season for Alpine. They've done nothing but fail. They looked like they were getting the hand up on Aston Martin last season, but now they're totally a joke. You've got Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, two French drivers in a French team, and this French team cannot get it together. Ottoman Safnauer apparently didn't do enough for the team. He didn't get them in the right frame set. Not only have they been getting huge investments, and I know if you're part of, getting into the news and hearing about all the celebrities, you've heard, oh, Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhaney. Yeah, they were part of a venture group that has invested in Alpine because Formula One's blowing up all over America because of Drive to Survive and just the expansion of all the races there. But this team has moved backwards. I heard when Alan Prost left the team, he said that the CEO was a jerk, that he didn't know how to run the team. It was all based on ego. And I said, Alan Prost is very much an egomaniac. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's a Formula One four-time world champion. He raced against the best of them. He beat Senna head-to-head and got beaten by Senna. He's one of the most prolific drivers in Formula One history. When he was at the team, he said the CEO, Laurent Rossi, was just such an egomaniac, wouldn't listen to anybody, wanted to run the team how he is. But I said to myself, that team was starting to get better and better by the year for a couple of seasons. They were putting in better results. And even last season, they had one win with that Ocon in Hungary 2 years ago. And then last season, they were improving, becoming, in my opinion, the top midfield team, aside from Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari, which are the top three, the big three. You had Alpine coming up, and I said, if they develop the car more, if they can get better resources, if they can poach some people from Red Bull, Ferrari, or Mercedes, possibly this team could make something of itself. It could be a very successful team. Maybe they could actually win on pure pace 1 or 2 races a season, and then once you get there, the sky's the limit in Formula One. You want to be a consistent person who can fight for wins or championship. But they have gone down the gutter. They have, an inexplicably low number of points. They have 57 points right now. McLaren's ahead of them, which you would have never believed at the start of the season where McLaren was. And they're really in limbo because Williams, Haas, Alfa Romeo, and AlphaTauri are all these, 4 lower teams, and then they were kind of mixing it up with the top, but now McLaren surpassed them, and now they're getting a retirement. They're having issues with the car. They seem to be the team that has the most mechanical issues, an oil leak at the British Grand Prix with Esteban Ocon. They both, unfortunately, got taken out at the Hungarian Grand Prix, but I was big on saying that you have to watch for Belgium because they had an upgrade at the British Grand Prix, but Gasly was taken out by Stroll and Ocon had an oil leak. And then in Hungary, where they were both taken out at the same time, and then there was an upgrade package for the floor at the Belgian Grand Prix. So I said, this team could totally turn it around. They could shock us, come in, 5th or 6th, both of them, show that this team's really it. But an 11th and an 8th because of a good qualifying session, because of some weird, kind of weather forecast, raining. They really got lucky the way they got that point because that was really based on the rain and the weird sprint qualifying and regular qualifying sessions. This team has now become a joke. They've gotten rid of the head, and now they've replaced it with people within the team who have been with the team, but they're not exactly ready to be a team principal. In the middle part of the season, it seems like it's just going to go down from there. I think you're going to need to see a dismantling of the whole organization or bringing back of people who had success. Maybe you need an Alan Prost back there. Maybe you need guys who were with Alan Prost when they were at the team. Maybe you have to replace the CEO because if Alan Prost is right in saying the CEO is just an egomaniac who's not listening to anybody, who doesn't really know much about racing when it comes to just driving itself, then really you're going to have to get rid of him because Otman Safnauer, I thought I liked him because he let guys race. Apparently he wasn't putting in enough work. Alonso took a parting shot at him saying, you got to really shut your mouth when the team is performing that shit. But then again, if you know anything about Alonso, he's stabbed a lot of people in the back that he's driven for. He said bad words about teams that have given him everything, and he's very much, a drama queen and a princess when it comes to being treated. But I think he's dropped that act at Aston Martin and just said, I want to just get results. So good for Alonso. But If he's right in that the team is just disorganized, has a bunch of people who don't know how to run it, then they have to get out quick, because if that team's getting that type of investments, hundreds of millions of dollars, and there's all these people coming to their aid, you got to get rid of somebody. You got to get rid of either somebody or a group of people and reinvent this team, because I thought we were going to see a team grow into fighting Ferrari or Mercedes, not Red Bull yet, for positions this season, and it's gone the exact opposite. Now, they're below McLaren. I mean, the four bad teams, they're not going to catch them, but now you're kind of in no man's land where you might have a retirement, last place here and there. And they overpaid for Gasly as well. They paid him way too much money. Gasly's a journeyman driver. They should have offered him a $3 to $5 million contract. They're now paying him $15 or something ridiculous like that. Keep Ocon in the car. And I don't know. You guys let me know down below what you think. Maybe you guys have some ideas of what's going wrong and what needs to be changed. I'd like to hear. Seriously. Also, subscribe and like. Thank you very much.